The other question is your conservative bona fides. Who is Kevin O'Leary? Is he a real conservative? There's conservatives there, and you've seen the polls, that they look at you and they go, we get it. You're tough on the economy and you're a business guy, but you're an opportunist because your roots in the party are shallow. How do you deal with that?
You know, think about it this way. There's been a huge shift in politics. Let's start with just the body politic in every country, including Canada. People are tired of career politicians spinning them. They're just tired with it. They want people that have executional excellence, that are willing to set goals, bring teams together and achieve them. That's a different body politic occurring. You saw it in Britain, you saw it in Switzerland, you're about to see it in France. Colombia and the FARC vote the same thing. Somebody with a track record of getting stuff done, and instead of spinning stuff,
but hold on, that's different. There is a popular. Well, it's different because it may be that people want change in outsiders, because it's true. There's a lot of cynicism about politicians, but there's also a populist movement, and some think it draws on a kind of nativism, a kind of populism that can be very dangerous. There's the rise of things like the alt-right, and there's the rise of the far left as well. Are you part of that? Are you tapping into that?
There's a little bit of that, but I think in Canada it's a different issue. You know, this country is so bountiful, it's so wealthy, it's the largest borders on earth, it's the size of the country and what it has. It only has 36 million people. What I don't understand is, where is it written that I have to tolerate mediocrity and incompetence in government and watch this government, in the case of Trudeau, tell my children that he's going to plunge this country into $1.5 trillion of debt? I'm not going to let him do that. That's what motivated me coming to this race. I've had enough of the Rachel Notleys and the Kathleen Wynnes and the Justin Trudeaus. How about some executional excellence?
Well, what about your own party? I mean, you're at the Manning Conference all weekend. Conservatives are gathering. There's a kind of fight for the identity. Do you think it's a mistake for the party to focus on things like the debate about Islamophobia? Would you have stood up in Parliament and said, I vote, I'm with that motion 103 because I don't support it? Obviously, I'm against Islamophobia.
I think that was a very poor idea, because what about the other religions? What about if you're Hindu? What if you're Catholic? What if you're Protestant? Do they not matter? Why have you just focused on one?
Because there was a massacre in a mosque in Quebec, and by the way,
we should respect. But
that day you admitted you made an error. You posted
Big mistake.
Big mistake. You posted a picture and a video of you firing off.
Yes.
Guns in
Florida. Remember, my
Florida.
campaign has grown geometrically in the number of people involved. I take responsibility, but many things are happening very quickly.
Why did you do that video?
Why did I do it?
Yeah.
I was a military cadet at Stansted College for years. I'm a marksman. I have my bars. I'm a target shooter. I'm a good one. I could beat you easily.
Well,
and I'm proud of our military, and I'm proud of the fact that I've kept my chops. I'm able to do that.
But it was a mistake to post that
Absolutely
day.
A big mistake.
But some will say, O'Leary, great that you're the front runner because you got a big brand, but you're not in the country. You don't live in the country. You spend too much time in Boston. You're basically, as they used to say about Michael Ignatieff, just visiting.
So Ignatieff came back to run. I moved my family back to Canada so my children can go to school in December of 2010. I paid tax in this country to Kathleen Wynne. When I moved here, it was 46%. Now it's 53.8. She's the worst manager I've ever seen. I feel the pain as an Ontario resident.
Okay, real quick. Legalize marijuana, yes or no?
Yes.
You know Donald Trump's going to ask a bigger commitment in NATO. You've been in trouble for saying things about warriors before.
Right.
He's going to ask 2% GDP. That's the commitment to NATO. That's another $20 billion. Do you do it?
We can't do it until we grow our economy 3%. We can't even do healthcare properly. We can't do education. That's why I'm getting into this race.
Okay, but hang on a second. What do you do about the defense budget? Do you increase it or not?
I want to maintain our commitments to NATO. That would be a 2% commitment. Right. We can't do it.
Under 1%. So
we're 0.9. I've looked at the military file. I've looked right through the expense. It's a $20 billion a year operating budget plus $5 billion of capex. My hands are going to get dirty in that file, Evan. I can make this much more. It means we get much more productive. Let me give you an example. We fly C-140s patrolling the largest border on Earth. We have no drone program. The only G7 country without a drone program. Why? Why? We can save billions of dollars.
There's lots of issues that are going to define this party. One of them will be LGBTQ rights. And you saw what happened in the United States with Donald Trump rolling back transgender rights to go to any bathroom a transgender individual wants to go to, a boy or a girl bathroom. This is going to be one of those issues, and we saw it in the past with things like abortion or assisted death, that can define the Conservative Party. Where are you on that issue?
I have a 24-year-old daughter. She voted for Trudeau in the last election. She said to me, Dad, if you don't cover me, if you don't take care of what I want, I will campaign against you in this election. And what she wants is reproductive rights. She's my high bar. I have to win her back. Not only her, but all of her compatriots. They've got to vote for me. So, reproductive rights, done. LGBTQI, done. Those are the things that are so important for her and her generation. We as a party have to embrace them. We need them to be part of the Conservative
What
Party.
do you say to social conservatives who just looked at you and said, thanks, you're running for the wrong party. Why don't you go run as a liberal for your daughter?
I haven't met a single SOCON that doesn't want a majority mandate in government. And you can't have it unless you win 60% of the voters between the ages of 18 and 35.
Do those people also want a price on carbon? Is the
There'll be
environmental
no,
position?
there'll be no price on carbon. I'm actually a graduate of environmental studies. I studied under Sally Lerner. She's legendary. That's not how you solve emissions. You basically leave the capital on the balance sheet of the business and tell them by regulation what their commitment's going to be to actually reduce their emissions. And that way you get innovation instead of putting it in the hands. Look at what happened in Ontario with Kathleen Wynne. She is destroying her economy by wasting that money, extracting it from businesses and then just wasting it. She's a horrible manager. And by the way, the same people who put that policy in place in Ontario are now running the federal government, and they are destroying Canada. So that's going to end.
I got to leave it here. Great to see you, Kevin.
Thank you very much.